All right, everyone, here we are at the top of the new year. Happy New Year, 2025. By the calendars, anyway. It's been 2025 for a little while, quite energetically since the early part of November. That being said, I'm glad to be here. Why? Well, I mean, I said 10 of swords staring at you. 10s of the end and dead end that lead to a new beginning. But I tell you what, it was last night, New Year's Eve, one of those nights where you know that you've gotten old. I show up at a friend's house. I thought it was going to be a great night. Thought, well, we'll have some fun. We'll play some guitar, have some good times. I ended up getting rousted into just a bunch of people sitting around watching a Gilmore Girls marathon. I mean, I am done with Luke Steiner. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm kind of with Luke. He always seemed to want out. I wanted out. Anyway, here we are, fresh off a wild night of Gilmore Girls. Very strange. Very strange. And anyway, 10 swords here. That's why we're here. I said, what do you want to talk about, universe? Look to the future. It's only just begun. 10 swords crossed by the King of Cups with the 2 of Wands. Set your intentions as you intend to. Set them as you mean them. Set them as you feel them. All right? Set them as you feel them, but make sure they're practical. I don't know. Somebody's setting an intention towards you. And it's a very strange mix of, or something, it can be. I'm just reading energy, right? It's a very strange mix of grounded and emotion. This is a good King of Cups. It's not that stingy fucker who only gives, who's afraid to be vulnerable and all that. This is a good energy. It's surrounded by a 10, the end, dead end, that leads to a new beginning. Somebody's changed here. Or, yeah, maybe. New lease on life, new year, new lease on life kind of thing. Somebody's got the gusto of the new year. They're ready to rock. I don't know, but their intentions are set toward you. All right? It's 5 of Wands and the 8 of Cups. This could be somebody who walked away after an argument with you. Might have been petty. Could have been something. Maybe you think they're a petty person. I don't know. I don't know. But there was definitely an argument with you and this person. Anyway, now they kind of get it. They know they were stupid, right? They behaved a fool, and now they're coming back. I mean, maybe. I can't predict free will, but that's the intention that's been set to try to fix this up. This year, 2025, I'm going to fix this shit, that 5 of Wands with Steve's viewer. We're going to get it taken care of. That's basically it. All right, it jives with the reading with me I did the other day. It does, a little bit. Could be that energy. But I don't know, for some of you, this is something completely different. It could be a recent fight you had with somebody. Maybe they show up quicker than you think. I don't know, let's see. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. I'll tell you, today would be a good day to ask me any Gilmore Girls trivia. I'm up on it. I got it. Yeah, this is where a photographic memory does not serve you well. All right. Anyway, here we go. Man, I'm still shuffling here. What the fuck? Usually I time it really good. You know, I didn't have it there today. But speaking of timing, the star is the environmental energy around the base energy I'm going to pull, which is the center card. What's fueling that? The sun. Very good is about to happen. Why does that sound familiar? It wasn't watching the Gilmore Girls last night. It was not something good. Something good is about to happen. Wasn't that the weekly reading? Didn't it come out in like the Aquarius position 11, maybe, or Virgo, maybe one of the wild card spots where you guys show up in the reading? I said something really good is about to happen, and it revolved around a kind of a sun and I think it was from a different deck even. A sun and a star. That's that same energy. It's here. Something really good is about to happen. Maybe something, it's going to come out of something bad. Well, not overly bad. I mean, the 5 of Wands and the 8 of Cups that we saw in the pre-shuffle. But, I mean, it's not terrible, but something good's about to happen. Okay. All right. I don't know. That's the environmental energy, and it's divinely guided. When I see the sun and the star like this in the environmental energy, a lot of times it's happenstance. Right? It's just accidental. I mean, I can't believe that happened today. You're telling somebody at the end of the day, I can't believe this happened. I cannot believe it. Right? It's a bit of that. It could be. All right. I don't know. Let's see. 3 cards. Those are crossing the center card I pulled, which is the base energy. Let's go. 4 of Wands. I mean, I'm not pulling a bad card here. I got the sun, the star, 4 of Wands. Somebody want to make nice with you who didn't before. I mean, what the fuck is going on here? What's the center card? The Emperor. See what I'm saying? Just something really good is about to happen. I'm going to rephrase it because of this Emperor, because of the energy that's on it, which is a little bit of Burger King, I won't lie to you. It's a little bit of King of Wands heavy. It's King of Wands heavy. Something you don't expect. But it's one of those things I would call a pleasant surprise. Okay? And there's actually a new beginning with somebody that you didn't think would happen. It's sort of like you break up with somebody. This is just an example. Don't take me literally. But you break up with somebody. You think it's over. They storm out. They've taken their stuff. You're like, it's done. You go out with your friends. You say, it's over. It's done. Thank God they're out of my apartment. Thank God all their shit is gone. And then, like, just literally they pop by later that night and you're back together. And you don't. It's such a whirlwind. You don't even know what happened. It's a bit of that kind of energy. It doesn't surprise me. We're at the top of the year. And I'm not trying to do any kind of cop-out shit. Oh, yeah, it's the first of the year. Everybody kind of gets in that mode. Everybody does. That's the truth. So I don't know whether this person's going to do it or not. It was the Two of Wands and the pre-shuffle. But they've definitely set the intention to make nice with you. And it's I don't think it's a pleasant surprise. All right, what's red with the Four of Wands? We'll clarify whatever needs. The Queen of Cups. There's more love with you and this person than you thought. Well, probably. A lot of times, it's a bit of an energy of the lady doth protest too much. You know, oh, I hate them. Terrible, awful. Oh, God, are they coming? It's a bit of that. It's a bit of somebody here who you may have had an argument with them. They walked away, and you, for psychological reasons, you had to tell yourself that you were done and it's over. But somebody here is setting the intention to make things nice, to make things good. Now, this can be also a soul's true purpose, because this is the same energy that showed up in that weekly reading. And I don't even remember, was it this week, the recent week, or was it last week? I don't know. So it can be a soul's true purpose. It can be a job that you never dared, or a career path, a path of some kind with the Four of Wands, that you never allowed yourself to even dare let any water go in that cup, right? It just sort of, something falls in your lap in this energy, okay? Put it that way. You're all moving at different speeds on your timeline. I'm not a fucking time lord, nor am I the warlock on the hill. So again, I can't predict free will. I can't even predict. Some of you, it's funny, some people, not you, I'm not talking to you, calm down, right? Put your shoe down. You don't have to throw it at, don't chuck your phone against the wall when I say shit. That could get expensive, okay? Some people, right, they get a tarot reading. They hear what I say, for example, and they start making free will decisions based on that, rather than the natural free will decisions that would have happened had they not gotten the tarot reading. So they end up fucking up the reading. I'm getting the reading in the moment before those free will decisions happened. And then, because you get the information, you start making decisions that maybe you wouldn't have made before because you keep going back to the reading, right? I always tell everybody, you should watch these readings when you're done. And that's why. Because you can actually screw it up. It is what it is. And I know, you get the charlatan detectors, the people who will go, well, you would say that, it protects you. Then if the reading doesn't come true, you could say, see, you did that. But it's a fact. Stop getting in that kind of conspiracy energy that spins you around in circles. It's a fact. I've given you the example before of winning the lottery. I tell you, you're going to win the lottery. If I hadn't told you that, you'd have probably won. If I'd have just kept it to myself. But because I said it, you're going to second guess yourself at the table. And you're going to make free will decisions. And you're going to Toons the driving cat your way right out of a fucking lottery win. Oh, did I pick a 7? Would I have picked it? He said I'm going to win, but would I have picked a 7? Oh, no. Right? Had I not said anything, you would have just gone there and picked what you were going to pick. Because I'm picking up on the timeline. The timeline can be fucked up by free will decisions. So don't do anything here. Don't react to this reading. Don't do anything. Your best bet is to, again, I get the drift. I kind of know what Steve's talking about. And let it go. Go about your day. All right? Don't base your free will decisions on information you got from something like this that's based on a timeline. Okay? All right. Whatever you want to do. Let's pull on this Emperor. All right. Let's grab the Light Seer. Let's pull on this Emperor. This is, I think, a newer soulmate. I got the Magician here randomly at the bottom. All right. Let's go. The Magician. Look, I can dig it. I try to head off the charlatan detectors. Free will is everybody's superpower. All right? And, getting information like this, you start second guessing. Well, I don't want to screw up that reading. Should I do that? Should I go there? Should I make that call? Should I send in my resume to that? You start second guessing yourself, you got problems. Just like with these readings. If I start second guessing myself, I got problems. I just go with it. Whatever comes out, comes out. It's the way it has to be. You can't second guess your gut. It doesn't work that way, which is really all I'm doing here. Just picking up a vibe. Let's pull on this Emperor. What do you want to tell me? All right, it is what it is. It's the Fool. It's new. I said it already with the Magician. It's new. It's somebody new. Okay? It's a new soulmate. It's something. Or it's a whole new version of an old one or the other. But I pick it up as more of a newer energy. So this is someone you may either not know you have a soul connection with, or you suddenly realized it, or it's a runner who recently ran. I don't know. What's on top? The Ten of Cups. Why is that here? It's someone the Page of Pentacles. It's someone you thought was, when you first you've already crossed paths with this person. I know that. That's here. Okay, so if it's not for you, it's not for you. But I think you've already crossed paths with this person. It's somebody you once put on a pedestal, you once thought was fantastic, you once thought was great, that you were going to ride a rainbow with them. And their behaviors or things like that, they taught you. A lot of times, though, when I see these two energies, it means that a lot of times people, we say this all the time, when someone shows you who they are, believe it, right? Most people don't. Most people, that's why they're lied to time after time after time after time. This is someone you let slide for quite a while, and I think it ended up in maybe a blowout. It could have, right? It's also someone, if it's a career path type thing, right? If it's something like that. It's something you dream about, but you don't dare allow any reality into the cup. It's what I said before, okay? So it backs up my energy read on that. So for some of you, this is a person. For others of you, this is a soul's true purpose, something it's a soul's true purpose, but you never dare let yourself dream it too much, right? You try to keep your dream, you dream it, you keep yourself grounded, though. You realize that, well, it's not going to happen. I'm too young, I'm too old, I'm too whatever. I mean, there's always an excuse tied to it somewhere in the middle. Either way, it cuts both ways. So either way, that's what it is. This is someone who you definitely have a strong soul connection with, showed you who they were. You may have ignored it, and it ended in a blowout. Somebody here's come to their senses, for sure, if it's a person, right? If it's an energy of a soul's true purpose, it's one of those things where sometimes readers out here on YouTube will say something like, I give credit where it's due. It's not my thing, I would say, but something like what the energy is into you now, or the energy wants you, that kind of a thing. It is sort of a thing like that. You've somehow lined up with this energy. Okay? I don't know how, I don't know why, but you have. Okay? Let's talk about the Queen of Cups. We don't need that. That's just talking about a path. It comes with the Queen of Cups. Let's talk about it. So, it is what it is here. It's going to be interesting. That's a very interesting connection, because I don't think, if it's a person, I don't think it's your long-lost runner. I think this is something else. And don't discount a friend that you had a fight with. How many times have we kept people around, gave them chances, right? It's somebody you gave chances to. That's the easiest way to phrase it. We do that all the time. You got to be careful. What's that old saying? Something about, well, we don't need another old saying complicating things, but you only need a taste of the water to know that it's salty. You don't have to drink the whole ocean. Right? It's that kind of a thing, right? Yep, it's salty. You don't have to drink the whole ocean to know it's salty. It's like that. When we have soul connections, we tend to let people slide quite a bit. But you guys, my viewers here, your vibrations have grown a lot. You're people who are much more, the DF side is much more willing to admit a mistake than the DM side, I will tell you. It's crossed by the Two of Swords. Yeah, I'm not going to say when. It's probably wrong of me to say when this happens. If this happens, you're confused that it's happening. You're not sure what to do with it. I can dig it. If it's a person and they show back up, I gave you that thing. I said they broke up, you're gone, just as an example, and then they show back up. You're not quite sure what's happened, how it's here, What to do with it? It is very much happenstance. If it's a person, you bump into them. They've set the intention to come towards you. The universe sort of lines something up and you cross paths. It's very sudden. If it's an opportunity that you dared not let yourself dream about, it just kind of lands in your lap somehow. Okay? And you're a little bit Sarah Gilbert with it there, with crows tied to your arm. What do I do? What do I do? I don't know. I don't know. What's going on top here? There she is again. I think it's the same fucking girl. I tell you, this time she blindfolded and captured. 8 swords. What did I say? It just backs up my energy read. I already said it. I read the energy first, then I pull the cards. I mean, I don't know. Woo, spooky. No, not really. I mean, it just makes me, the energy just makes me feel something, and I translate it into words. I've lived a little. I know how to translate things, right? If you've never lived a little, if you kept yourself locked in a basement in Manitoba for fucking 20 years, and you haven't interacted with people or traveled or seen the world or know of different cultures or studied history or done anything, you're probably a terrible energy reader. You probably don't know what any of it means. But I do. I get it. You don't know what to do with it. It's rather sudden. And it could put you in this kind of energy. A person showing back up or an opportunity that you dared not let yourself dream about. For some reason, I think in part, it takes 2 to tango. I think you've put yourself, or will if you haven't yet, sometime in the first week or so. We've got Venus changing signs very soon. That's going to benefit a good number of you on the DF side. I'm going to pull on that. We'll talk about it. But I think you guys here in the first, we'll say, week or so of the year, the month of January here, your energy is altering enough that you're lining up with this energy. Somebody happens, I said happenstance, somebody happens to have set the intention to make nice with you, and you happen to be in the right energy to receive. Okay? It's a bit of that. It shows up, it's a bit of a surprise to you. You're probably getting this reading, so it's not a surprise. Why is the 8 of Swords here? The moon. What did I just say? It shows up out of nowhere. I mean, I went swimming at night. I wanted to just take a dip. I had no idea there was a redhead stuck under the water. I mean, it's crazy. Dive down and save somebody. You don't know what's underneath. You swim at night. You don't know what's below you. Again, it shows up out of nowhere, from the shadows, from the depths. Something you dared not allow to let yourself think or feel. It's just happenstance. There's no hocus pocus here in this reading. I'm not going to put any kind of magical unicorns on it or talk about any special powers or anything. It's nothing. It is just one of those things. Everything you want in life is already there. You just need to tune into its frequency. Okay? That's science. That's not hocus pocus. So somehow you're putting yourself in a mode sometime early in this year that's lining up with the mode of someone or something else, and they're showing up. Don't freak out when they do. Don't get scared. Don't freak out. This is like fear, right? She looked pretty scared. You know, sometimes stuff happens and you don't know what to do. Imagine yourself, just look at this, the way this energy feels. Somebody, it's happened to me once. I ran into an ex one time, and I remember saying to myself after it happened, I remember saying, shit like that always happens when you look your worst. I mean, I looked like shit that day. I didn't even clean up. I just wanted to go out and grab some shit. I think it was at a farmer's market or something like that, or a mall, or I don't even remember. But I wanted to just grab some shit. I didn't care. And that's when stuff like that happens. And that's the feeling that's attached to this. It's like something happens, something lands in your lap, or someone lands in your lap, and you're not quite sure what to do with it. You're not sure if you're happy about it. You're not sure if you're whatever. It sends a chill down your spine. Because you're like, oh my God, why today? You know, that kind of a thing. We've had a lot of that why today energy show up. We have. Don't worry about it. Don't be surprised by it. Let's see if there's anything else the universe wants to tell us about it. Let's see. Let's take the star and look. We didn't know this was here. You know, we only looked at the star and the sun, right? Underneath it, fueling that, is 9 swords from the main witches deck that we used. It's saying the same thing. See, this is what you look for if you pull tarot readings, okay? I know a lot of you who watch me do. You look for the reading. It's like checking your math, right? You go in the reverse direction. You want to check your division. You do this and that and the other, you know, that kind of thing. You just check the math. The cards will check themselves. It'll cross-reference, all right? All right. I mean, I don't know. All right, let's see. Let's take these out. It is what it is. Yeah, it's happenstance, and it kind of rattles you a little bit. All right, well, let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. One card and a crossing card. I harp on the energy because I want to teach you guys about energy a little bit. But life's pretty simple to get right. It's just people just, you know, they either run wild with doubt, or they let doubt run their life, or they get cynical about things, which is what happens when you let doubt run your life. It's just, I said it in a recent reading, and I'll say it again. The secret to energy is just to always admit that you could be wrong. Never assume you're right about anything. And when you are wrong, admit it and change direction. That's all you got to do. These types of things here allow for the fact that happenstance happens. That things just occur out of nowhere. Stuff that you never thought would happen can happen. Scientists live by a theory, or a statement, if you will, a slogan. It's every one of them has it a little bit different, but the basic is, if something can happen, it probably will. So as long as you stay with that, keep that in your mind. If something can happen, it probably will. If I could run into Janelle, I probably will. And it'll probably happen on a day when I look like shit. Okay? It's just the way it is. You know, or whoever it is to you. Rob, Dave, Peter. And these are common names. Don't freak out if it's your person's name. Okay? Jesus Christ. Oh my God, you said Rob. I can't believe it. Oh, come on. Oh, good Lord. Don't be like that, or every flim-flam person out there is going to take you for a ride, for God's sake. Yeah. And he got brown hair, I bet. Oh my God. Well, I wonder what the odds are I got that one right. And I bet he's one of the 12 zodiac signs. You know. The Three of Swords and the Fool. The only thing that might stop you from this is a fear of failure, a fear of getting hurt. Stop it. Okay? Stop it. You don't need to worry about that. All right? You have to take, this came up, this is the same energy came up in a recent extended reading. I remember talking about, you got to take a leap of faith here. All right? You have to. It's the only way the energy kind of gets activated. So your energies are lining up with whether this is a person or a thing. They're lining up. The only thing that might stop you from taking that leap is a fear that you're not worthy or you're not good enough. I picked up some of that in this. If you remember, I kind of said something like that around this card when I first pulled it. All right? Don't worry about it. You never worry about that. You are. All right? Just try in 2025 as you go through the year, since this is the New Year's Day reading, right? I'm fresh off a Gilmore Girls marathon. For God's sake almighty. I'm going to have to watch something to wash that. Maybe an A-Team marathon or something. I'll go complete opposite direction. Anyway, 2025. Allow yourself a little bit of entitlement energy to come in. Don't open the spigot all the way and become a fucking Burger King, but a little bit. Okay, just a pinch. As long as you can control it by maintaining empathy, which is something I've also told you is going to be required this year quite a bit, both in societal energies and in the soulmate cycle. Make sure you don't lose empathy. All right? This energy is dominating things right now, and it can become very maniacal if you let it. I want you to let a little bit of that in so that you don't let that stop you. Okay? This is a much stronger energy. The urge to go for it when this happens. When you cross paths with this person or this opportunity shows up out of fucking nowhere. All right? When that happens, you just go with it. Just go with it. All right? There you go. Allow yourself a little sense of entitlement. Yeah, I deserve it. I deserve this. All right? Just a pinch. But don't let that run away with you, or it will, because this Emperor energy is very dominant, you will become maniacal, even if you're not prone to that, right? Even if you're not prone to it. I called a friend of mine the other day, well, it was about more like a couple of weeks ago, but I called a friend of mine, it's like saying some shit, and I called them on it. I said, why are you saying the things that you're saying? Stop, well, because, and again, I'm not going to get into what it is, but they had completely lost empathy. You could snap people out of it and say, what the hell's happened to you? You used to be very nice. Now all of a sudden you want to set people on fire. Because, I mean, it's what the hell? This energy is very dominant. Be careful. All right? Make sure you control it. Make sure you keep that empathy up. It applies, and I'm saying that because it applies to this. Empathy is required. All right? It is. For some reason, it is. And I'm not sure why. Let's find out why. Let's find out. Why is empathy required here? Why is that such a strong energy right now? Let's see where we go. Why is empathy required for this? Let's see. Probably because it'll allow you to feel like you deserve it, which will allow you to go for it, which will stop you from freezing up and shivering in fear. I don't know. Let's see. I'm having fun with this reading, so I'll just keep pulling cards. You can shut off the video if you want. It's free. It's amazing how many people complain about free shit. It's really fucking amazing. I'm taking time out of my day to help you guys out. You know, just a little bit here in the morning, although admittedly I didn't have anything else going on anyway, and I like doing it. So, but still. Oh, his reading went on forever. Oh, I'm so sorry. Right? I'm so sorry. If they were giving away free gasoline at the gas station, would you complain? I got a full tank. I had to stand there for like fucking 5 minutes. Fuck. Yeah. All right. People fucking strange, man. They fucking weird. All right, here we go. They got a lot of shit backwards right now. Why is empathy required? 10 wands crossed by the tower. Because you'll take on a gloom and doom attitude without it and become pissy. It'll make you pissy, which is repellent energy. Okay? Because without empathy, we become repellers. You repel everything. And then that's a snowball effect. Well, you see, I didn't get that job. See, life sucks. See, that person's not interested in me. See, I'm watching these terrible ratings and nobody's calling me. There's somebody's coming in, but they didn't. See, all that all the time. Every time you say the word see, it's like it amps it up, right? It's like a hypnotist telling you, every time I snap my fingers, you go deeper and deeper, 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 right? Like that. It's just every time something happens, it just snowballs onto itself. That's why it's important. Whether it's in your life or out in societal energies, it doesn't matter. But right here, it's definitely very important. Otherwise, you just won't think you're worthy, like I said. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. All right? Just trying to help you guys out. This is a year you want to take advantage of. It should be a lot of fun. It has the potential to be fabulous. It has the potential to be a fabulous year. All right? At least if you're part of the soulmate cycle. You know. Take it for what it's worth. It's a year full of new beginnings. It really is. You can have it if you want it. If you want it, you can have it. But you got to feel like you're worthy. There might be a sense in the air where you don't feel worthy of it. And you will. This will become a self-fulfilling prophecy for you. So be careful about that, all right? Take your leaps of faith. Take your chances. It's another one of those years, similar to 2023, I think it was, where fortune favors the brave. For sure. For sure. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. Good luck. Are you done banging your face into the perch? Okay. I got to hit the stop button. You're in my way.